How's it going, YouTube? Long time no see, but I'm back. For those of you who have missed me, hello. For those of you who have not missed me, F you, and let's get this show on the road. Now, it is mind-boggling to me that so many of you are still under the illusion that this war is about terrorism, oil, poppy seed fields, and politics, because that's the illusion. That's what they want you to believe that this war is about. But this war is truly about Holy Land, specifically the Temple Mount and Solomon's Temple. Solomon's Temple has connections to the Legion of Hell. Legion of Hell has connections to the Illuminati. The Illuminati have connections to Zionists. Connect the dots. Zionists are a breakaway from Israel. They don't like what Israel does. They want to do things their own way. And in order to do that, they have to take away Israel's power. And in order to do that, they must control not only the Temple Mount, but Solomon's Temple, because they need to rebuild Solomon's Temple so the Antichrist can sit in it and declare himself God. It is what it is. Now, you can choose to believe what you want, but the picture should be clear that the US has totally surrounded Israel and Iran. You know, and now they're even getting their foot into Egypt because of the Muslim Brotherhood, who has threatened monuments like the Pyramids of Giza and have been crucifying people for burning Korans and just a whole bunch of other crazy stuff. So, I mean, the picture should be clear by now that 2012 will not be doomsday, but it will be something big. The US is surrounding both countries. Like, Israel and Iran are totally surrounded. And once we control Syria, well, no one will have any place to run. They'll be completely surrounded. And once that happens, I mean, it'll be Israel versus Iran. They're going to wipe each other out, and Zionists will be able to reclaim not only Israel, but Iran. And then they can do what they need to do to usher in their Antichrist through their Luciferian Illuminati agenda by rebuilding the Solomon's Temple and destroying the Temple Mount. And if you think the US won't turn their back on Israel, well, you better realize that the US is controlled by Zionists. And like I said before, Zionists want to do things differently than Israel does. And as I said before, in order to do that, they must remove Israel's current position of power in order to do that. And the only way to do that would be to destroy the Temple Mount and rebuild Solomon's Temple. I mean, Israel is like the smallest country in the Mideast, but yet it's the most powerful. Why? Because they have not only the Temple Mount, but Solomon's Temple. That's what this is all about. It's not about oil, it's not about terrorism, it's not about anything other than Holy Land, because there is something very important. And if you look at Solomon and Nebuchadnezzar and the Legion of Hell, it'll become clear. It will become very clear. Because once you start learning about the Legion of Hell and you start looking at the Zionists, Illuminati media, specifically actors and actresses and singers and artists, there's a connection. There's a connection. And I'm not going to sit here for hours trying to explain it to you, because this is something that you have to learn by yourself. Because there's just way too much information for me to sit up here and describe to you what every demon's ability is and how they relate to specific actors and actresses and singers and artists. Now, I'm not saying that something cosmic or natural, like an asteroid or an earthquake or something along those lines, won't happen between now and December. But what I'm saying is that when it concerns what's going on with the Illuminati, the Zionists, Luciferianism, and the Mideast, you really need to pay attention not to the oil or the politics, but you need to pay attention to the religious factor, which would be the Temple Mount, Solomon's Temple, and everything that encompasses that, because that's what this is really about. And once you know a little bit more about Solomon's Temple and what he did and why the Illuminati would want to rebuild that temple, it makes more sense as to why they're doing what they're doing. So, with that said, Solomon's Temple, Legion of Hell, Temple Mount, Zionism, Illuminati, Luciferianism, they're all connected. Hopefully you look all this stuff up and you educate yourself, because the sooner you do it, the smarter you'll be, and the more helpful you'll be to other people. So with that said, it is what it is, and have a good day.